How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be featuring another match in the Ohio. In this one, our build is kind of back to what it was before, sort of. Before our last video with that full dispersion accuracy build with Riker, using Scharnhorst and Maki as inspirations, getting 9% more dispersion. Uh, we were using Hipper as an inspiration, and we've kind of gone back to that. We are using Maki as the other inspiration, so Hipper and Maki. I feel like I find myself pushing in with Ohio, even though I'm not using a secondary build commander like Prime or Kong. But I still push in, and I kind of don't like spotter plane because it feels so trolly and it doesn't always feel like it works, so I just take that out of my game and I don't need to worry about it. So instead we go with the secondary funny button, and usually we can find ourselves close enough to enemy ships that we can use our secondaries a little bit, as we look at our AFK Sumner on our team, who has also 3 bars. So it's not really looking great already. Our DD's AFK, but we're still going to push this flank anyway. Hopefully our friendly Alaska can be the deterrence for the enemy destroyer as much as possible. But yeah, that's kind of a big hope. We get spotted very, very briefly, and we know that the destroyer just went behind either that small island or the big island on the corner. So there is a destroyer nearby. We just kind of need to be careful, I suppose. We get spotted for a very short duration once again, so we know he was behind the small island and now he is on that corner island. Hoping our Alaska, since he is pushing to that corner, he understands and hopefully he knows he can radar the DD and at least push him away. Seeing the GK pushing in, I decided to start pushing in as well and try to deter the GK from taking on our Alaska, or maybe forcing our Alaska away. 4 overpens, not great. Kind of was hoping for a better salvo, but it's fine. Enemy GK also has a secondary build, but like I said, we do find ourselves pushing in quite a bit, even with Riker, so it's kind of good that we have Hipper as an inspiration here. Otherwise, we wouldn't be reaching the enemy GK. GK goes behind the island, so I switch targets to the Montana. Friendly Alaska is basically going to be on the corner. I'm kind of hoping he isn't spotted, and since I went unspotted, we know that the Lucian didn't pass the island already and is sailing off into the corner to torpedo us. We did set a fire in that Montana, but he insta-DCP'd, so that's kind of unfortunate. Enemy GK still just charging in. Friendly Alaska pops his radar. Enemy Lucian, I guess, turned away and is now running away. 10 kilometers away. I guess Alaska being spotted very briefly. Lucian didn't want any of that smoke, so he just simply decided to get out of dodge. Alaska tries to turn away and run from the GK, but unfortunately for Alaska, even though you have 32 bow and stern to protect you from overmatch from battleships, GK secondaries can pen 32. And one of those things that I kind of like GK secondaries better than Schlieffen is GK secondaries can pen basically everything battleships. Schlieffen secondaries, the 105s, not having the ability to pen 32 makes Schlieffen kind of mediocre for the nerf that they gave it. And Schlieffen is basically dead as we get a funny citadel on that GK. I don't really understand how, but we did. He was angled away, shouldn't have been a citadel. But then again, there are times that we're bow in or stern away and shells citadel us through either the stern, the bow, off of turrets. So I guess it's okay, and it finally happened for us rather than against us. Waiting for that enemy Montana to come around the island, or if he's just going to sit there, maybe we should just turn away, because there is a Lucian, and our Alaska is now turning away, and our DD is... I mean, he did start playing, but he's still very far away. Enemy Montana kills off our Alaska. I think our Alaska went a little too broadside and ended up getting citadeled, and Alaska also died right in front of me. So unfortunately, our ability to turn away or do anything is basically inted, and now we just have to reverse off of this carcass and then try to run away since we're still spotted. We know the enemy Lucian is now pushing it back in, and then we are looking at our Sumner. But instead of going off to go and fight the enemy Lucian, he is now turning in to try and go chase the battleship, and I suppose maybe get B in the process. So not looking good. It's time to just simply angle in towards where we think Lucian is and start running away. We also need to get to the other side because the other side of the map has a pretty big push going on, and it doesn't really look good for our one battleship NDD that's alive over there. I'm kind of hoping that our friendly destroyer is at least able to kill off the other destroyer because I don't have a whole lot of hope for our friendly summoner. He's not actually chasing the battleship now that we see him going straight for B. And, well, he's just gonna go and get caps. I mean, maybe he has the idea to go and help the other side with their big push and not waste his time on a DD on the border. But, 3-bar summoner, I don't think we can really give him the benefit of the doubt. Our friendly destroyer goes down, but the enemy Smallland is on 1 bar, and our friendly conch that is bound reversing away does have him spotted, and I'm pretty sure Smallland just beached, so kind of an easy target, hoping that our conch can finish him off and make our life a little easier since we're going to go over there and help him. Conch finishes off the Smallland, so now it's looking pretty good. Our friendly battleships are basically pushing towards the corner and where we assumed the enemy Lucian was. But considering where that first battleship is getting close to our detection, we can use our what is the word we're looking for? Our intelligence. It's definitely not intelligence. There's a word, deduction. We can use our deduction that he's somewhere on the border, basically straight south of where we are, where there's that little corner where our detection is creating a little bubble, basically right where we pinged, so we know where the enemy Lucian is, and we're just going to keep sailing away. Fortunately for our teammates too, they basically decided to turn away from where I guess they assumed the Lucian was. I don't know if there was torpedoes that showed up, so they knew to run away, but they made the right decision, and the Lucian shows up exactly where we pinged, and yeah, that's some pretty poggers deduction if I do say so myself. But now we're not in any sort of threat from the Lucian. We're 10 kilometers away. His torps are 10 km. And, well, I suppose if you use a torp commander, maybe he can get more range or something. But at the same time, we're sailing away. So there's not a really good chance that he's actually going to land torps on us. And our friendlies are also running away from him. So they have a much better chance of surviving. Conch sets us on a double fire. I just pop a heal. I could technically have also used the DCP. But at the same time, having fight fire with fire and the fire damage reduction for these fires that are set, I feel like we can kind of offset with 1 heal. Except for the fact that the enemy Yoshino decided to fire an HE at us and set us on a triple. So we decide to damage con that, and now we're in kind of a lot of trouble. We get 1 really good salvo in on the conch, and all it's going to take is our friendly conch to fire 1 salvo and finish him off, or the fire will end up burning him down. Friendly Laria decided to chime in finally. We are getting some support, although there is another battleship that's kind of off in the boonies and looks like he wants to go to the decap. In fact, the Laria also looks like he wants to go to the decap, so I'm a little concerned that the battleships and the summoner are basically just going to sail around the world and play capture the objective, not fight the enemy team that was you know, still playing the game. We're under a lot of pressure now. There's a Puerto Rico, Vermont. Yoshino, I was assuming he would try to either hide behind the island and YOLO me, or maybe kite away, but he didn't do that. He decided to sail flat broadside, and, well, you see what happens if you sail broadside in a Yoshino at 6 kilometers, and also against a accuracy commander. Pretty sure my Optimus Prime with running with scissors would have given me over pens and pens. No citadels, just because of the, well, not having marksman incoming fire dispersion debuffs, and also running with scissors with that negative 3%. Yeah. Kind of hope one day maybe we get like a Henry J. Hyde, a flammable cannoneer, porcupine master mechanic. Don't necessarily need marksman, but at the same time I kind of want to be able to at least build for accuracy, sort of, while also having secondaries. That would be very nice, because at this point in the game, I mean, secondary builds are kind of niche, so I mean, might as well let us build it for the very few opportunities that we actually get to push in. But anyway, Puerto Rico comes out firing at us. He gets absolutely nuked by our friendly Laria. Very glad that we pinged, and he actually turned into support because our friendly, I'm pretty sure it's a Preußen, decided to go to D, which, I mean, getting the objectives is cool and all, but at the same time, I mean, you're not really playing the shooty boat game. We also notice when the Puerto Rico went behind the island is that we're still spotted. BCAP not getting contested, so we know the Lushun is chasing us. And, well, he's not even shooting his guns. I feel like at this point, since he's behind us and we have other things to worry about, he technically could go ahead and shoot us and farm us from behind. But he's not doing that. I mean, I guess he starts doing it now. He was just so far behind, he didn't really have a chance to. But seeing the Lushun there, and enemy Vermont pushing in, it's not looking very good. Enemy Puerto Rico is also behind the island. And being this close, we do kind of need to worry about AP. Friendly Laria chiming in once again, smashing this Vermont. I'm a little worried about getting rammed now because he is lower HP than I am, and that would be a very, very bad trade. But for some reason, Vermont turns in towards our other battleships. Not really sure why, but he does. And luckily for us, that kind of saved us and allowed us to live. Friendly Laria did go down though. He was kind of broadside. But he definitely did chime in when we needed him to, and that kind of gave us an opportunity to live here. Puerto Rico, not in a really good spot. He has to push in, and our friendly Preußen can now shoot at him. We're also in a fairly good spot where we're not going to be in any sort of danger to the enemy Lucian's torpedoes. We are going to beach here and just see if we can utilize our rear turret to shoot over that island. Just because I'm pretty sure our shells can get over those rocks as I'm trying to figure out how to get to the rear camera. And then once I do, I honestly don't know what happened. Avert your eyes. But Puerto Rico pushing in gives us a shot on the rear turrets. There was the island icon, which is why I waited, for anyone that's wondering. But yeah, I thought we could, but that island icon was still there, so we waited until it disappeared to shoot. But at this point, our friendly Sumner has finally made his way back towards the destroyer, and I guess he's finally gonna do something aside from sailing around, playing I guess cruise around the world or something. But yeah, Sumner pushing in finally. Enemy DD finally gets into the A cap as well. Sitting here, considering the Lucian was also bowing towards our friendlies, we're not spotted, so now we can make the deduction that he is somewhere on the other side of this island, and I guess going to try to YOLO us from our bow side. So we decide to push out and I guess see what we can do. We have HE loaded, 4 stacks of legendary plotting room, so I'm assuming we can smash the Lucian, especially because he hasn't taken damage, so saturation won't cook our HE damage. Lucian being bow in, I just pop my secondary button and I'm just going to wait for him to make a turn either to tort me or try to angle towards the friendly Sumner or something. He starts reversing away and angling towards our Sumner, and that's enough side for us to touch the Lucian good enough, send him back to port, and well, I guess technically send everyone back to port. But yeah, we secure our Kraken. I think we secured like the last 5 players that were left in the match. And yeah, I don't know. Actually, not the last 5. We did get lucky with the random citadel on that GK. But yeah, very... I mean, it wasn't looking great. I think if our conch ended up dying without doing much to the enemy push, probably would have ended in a loss. The Sumner just took forever to kind of get anywhere near the enemy destroyer that really he should have been dealing with at the start. But then again, 3-bar Sumner, not the greatest hope. I don't know anyone that would willingly take 10% less HP for 0.1 detection, and especially in a DD, that 10% could be a battleship over pen, could be a couple of pens from a destroyer. But yeah, interesting. Like I said, we went with Maki and Hipper. Kind of back to this build again. I have also been going between Drobits and Crisscross, just depending on if I wanted to keep speed or not. But then again, having that 8% damage for your AP is kind of nice, especially against cruisers that you can overmatch. And also when you do catch them broadside and get 1 citadel, I mean, it's a lot more damage as well. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more and share with your friends, or leave a comment down below for other ships you want to see in the future. But anyway, guys, till next time, aloha.